Okay, so just as a brief overview of the company, Evolyst at the heart of it is a mobile app development company, so particularly we focus on iOS and Android applications. But what we do differently is we particularly focus on the health and healthcare sectors. So looking at working with clinicians, with researchers, and a lot of psychologists actually. And what we tend to produce is evidence-based apps. So what we're really looking at is engaging with the research community at an early stage and looking at apps that maybe have behavioural change components to them or medical components. And so we focus on that, and often we work with the researchers at an early stage, produce those apps, and then obviously look towards the commercialisation. Obviously we do a lot more around just mobile apps as well. We work with sensors and wearables, and often we do web-related projects as well. Okay, so working with 3aaa has been really important to us because as a company, our ethos, which always has been since startup, is to bring people through from a younger age, have them train with the company and brought up, and bring them through, and then eventually to bring through more apprentices underneath them. It's been really important having the relationship with 3aaa in order to embed that from the start. So obviously we have apprentices now who have gone through their level 3, and they're starting to have new apprentices come through under them. So now the apprentices on level 4 are starting to teach the apprentices on level 3 the ropes effectively and the technical side to the business and how that works. And then obviously eventually we'd like them to progress on to being, directors of a department within the business. We'd like to push them through their potential level 4s and degree programs, etc., to get them trained up. And then obviously to keep bringing people through from the bottom upwards, and we feel that's really essential to keep that going because that's the ethos of what we've done with the company. It's been successful for us so far, and that's what I'd really like to keep going, and so keeping that relationship with 3aaa has been really important to keep that going. So the reason we like to select apprentices is due to the ability to bring them in at a younger age than we would do with maybe university graduates or with people who have been employed elsewhere, and be able to adapt them to our processes and to grow them at that early stage. So what we're really looking for is their ability to learn on their job and to learn our processes, how that operates, and to adapt and grow with the company as well. So we want them to grow with us. So I think it's really important to select the correct apprentice because we look to have people who really embed into the business and embed with the team. I always compare building a business to building a sports team. If you have, for example, on a football pitch, 11 people, if you have one person who's particularly skillful and 10 other people that do not get along with them, it's going to drag the whole team down. So what you're looking really crucially is to build a good team ethos, a good team morale, to make everyone feel like they're part of the group. Everyone's been through that process of growing up with the company, seeing that other people have been through the same routes. Even new people coming in can see that the people above them have gone through the same routes, the same channels, have the same opportunities. And so it's really important to pick somebody who slots into that group and gets on with the team environment, particularly for us as a software development company as well. Maybe people don't realise externally that it's such an interactive process. There has to be a lot of communication between what's effectively the project managers and the development staff, constantly talking about features being implemented, how to test those features, telling people what's being done. And so it's particularly important that team morale is there and the person can slot in with the team and feel comfortable to suggest their ideas. And something we encourage as well is what we call a fail fast approach. So we encourage people to constantly keep trying because you never learn unless you fail. And so we try to encourage that, and so it's really important to get the correct person who can slot into that atmosphere correctly. 3aaa helped us with that process of selecting the correct person through really working with us and understanding the correct nature of the business. So the team over at the Warwick branch or Leamington branch of 3aaa really worked with us to understand what it was we wanted as a company, to understand what it is we do and what it is we need and the sort of people we're looking for. Obviously we're always on the eye out for new people coming in, and it's always flagged up to us by 3A how that process can happen, and the right people are all sort of flagged up to us when they become available. Working with 3A and getting the apprentices on board is actually a really quick process, and often faster than you'd expect it to be. We tend to have interviews with people within a few days of asking for the right candidate, if it's someone we're particularly looking for, a particular role we're looking for, because 3A tend to keep a certain amount of people on the books effectively within the area who may be suitable. But also 3A are also on the lookout, it seems constantly, for the right people that will fit with the business as well. And so there can be quite a fast turnaround time on getting someone into the business, interviewed, and to begin the role. And obviously for options with traineeships, second interviews, etc., then that can all come about really as quick as the company wants it to.